In the USA, normally there are 2 weather seasons out of the 4 that affect agriculture. There is winter when plants do not grow with no much agricultural activity taking place. The other season is summer when growth resumes, farmers eventually harvest their crops, followed by the transition period to winter when farmers plant again. Meaning there is only one planting season in the agricultural areas of the USA. Yet in most African countries, farming activities can take place all year round with 2 main seasons as long as there is water. This year, Oklahoma experienced the worst summer in 50 years. There was no rainfall, with temperatures rising to as high as 40 degrees Celsius. The drought resulted in crop failure. This is a 10,000-acre farm of soybean. Almost everything has dried up. The owner is heartbroken.
We was planning on moisture that we had received in November from the year before.
However, he expects to be compensated since he had insured the crop. Kenyan and Ugandan food security experts who have been on an exchange program here in Oklahoma observed that this is an important incentive to farmers.
That with climate change, government should develop programs that cover up farmers in order for the country to have continuity, in order for the countries to have sustainability, to feed their people and also make money.
Beef production in Oklahoma was also affected by the drought, and most farmers had to sell their cattle to remain with only a few in order to manage the situation. There were long queues as farmers sought to offload their livelihood for whatever prices they could get. The farmers were selling to beef processing companies or to ranchers in other states where there was enough pasture.
People will start having to replace some of these cows that they've sold because of the drought, and they will get pretty high.
And then you're going to have a shortage of hay for people that do have cattle, because where are they going to get their hay at?
At this stockyard, animals stood in sweltering heat, waiting for their turns at the selling point. Many had been caught off guard, but normally farmers here stock hay in their barns well in advance before the winter season sets in. Still, no animal has died for lack of pasture because of their preparedness.
Sisi Kenya, mambo ya hay haijatiliwa umuhimu. Hapa ni kama huna hay, huna haja kuongea mambo ya mifugo.
We keep hay here for them, like we just set out some bales for them, and we also grain feed them.
In Kenya, sometimes when drought sets in, many animals would die for lack of water and pasture. And when the government steps in, it is often too late with very little to salvage, leading to devastating losses for the herders. However, according to the Permanent Secretary for the Ministry of Livestock Development, Kenneth Lusaka, the government is now giving special attention to the stocking of hay and sensitizing farmers on the importance of stocking hay when there is abundance during the rainy season. He says the government has bought some hay harvesters and built stores for that purpose, especially in arid and semi-arid areas. Alex Chamwada, Citizen Live at 9.